Imagine living more than 3,000 years ago in the land of ancient Egypt, a civilization ruled by gods, kings, and eternal laws. Here, the pharaoh was believed to be divine, and his words shaped life and death. But this is not a story about a pharaoh. This is a story about ordinary people who dared to stand against power. This is a real historical event, written on ancient papyrus, and remembered as the first labor strike in human history. The story takes place in a small village called Deir al-Medina. This village was home to Egypt's most skilled workers, stone carvers, painters, sculptors, and craftsmen. They were responsible for building and decorating the royal tombs deep inside the Valley of the Kings. Every wall they carved was meant to last forever. Every painting was created for the afterlife of a pharaoh. These men were not slaves. They were paid with food, grain, beer oil, and clothing. Their work was respected, and their skills were priceless. But even in a powerful empire, a system can break. During the reign of Pharaoh Ramesses III, something began to go wrong. The workers' food rations arrived late. Then even later. Then, they stopped arriving at all. Days passed. Weeks passed. Hunger entered the village. Families had nothing to eat. Children cried at night. The workers complained to officials, but their voices were ignored. For the first time, faith in the system began to collapse. Then the unthinkable happened. The workers put down their tools. They walked out of the royal tombs. No chisels, no hammers, no carving. Instead, they marched through the desert toward the temples and government buildings. They sat down peacefully and refused to work. Their message was simple and powerful: we are hungry. We will not work until we are fed. These words were recorded by an Egyptian scribe, making this moment eternal. The officials panicked. If the tomb construction stopped, the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife was threatened. Priests tried to calm the workers. Officials made promises. Excuses filled the air, but the workers stayed where they were. This was not violence. This was unity. For the first time in history, workers proved that silence was stronger than obedience. Finally, the grain arrived. Food was delivered. Rations were distributed. The strike succeeded. The workers returned to their tools, but history had already changed. This event was recorded on a document known today as the Turin Strike Papyrus, a fragile piece of papyrus that carries one of humanity's most powerful messages. Ancient Egypt was not only pyramids and gods, it was people, families, fear, courage. This true story reminds us that the fight for dignity did not begin in modern times. It began in the desert, under the shadow of pharaohs, with workers who dared to say enough. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If you found this story as powerful as we did, please like this video and subscribe for more hidden histories.